When someone confessed to Evan, the heir of the Wilson family, he paid them to leave. For the money. I decided to confess too. I like you. Evan, Why is the reaction different? Undeterred. I pressed on. Be my boyfriend. Evan, okay. Wait. Where's the rejection money? While scrolling through a video sharing app, I saw a girl get rejected by Evan and receive $10,000. Obviously fake. But the comments revealed dozens of girls who'd actually gotten payouts from confessing to him. I nearly hyperventilated, feeling like I'd missed winning the lottery. Someone give me his contact information. I commented, joining hundreds begging for his contact. The creator finally posted, "Stop dreaming, he doesn't add strangers." Resigned. I logged into my game. My regular teammate immediately invited me. This silent carry god made winning effortless. We could literally stroll through the map and still dominate. Being carried meant I compensated with enthusiastic praise, though my throat burned from forced sweetness after each match. Stop faking your voice. Just talk normally. His smooth baritone startled me. I'd always imagined the cartoon avatar belonged to some prepubescent prodigy. Heat flooded my cheeks as I squeaked. This is my real voice. He tactfully changed the subject. Another round? My traitorous finger canceled the exit button. Yes. My roommate's sudden shriek interrupted. Look! This girl got $10,000 after Evan rejected her. We dramatically wailed in unison, why not us? Then she dropped the bomb. I've got his contact information. Sharing it in the group chat now. At that moment, another roommate suddenly spoke up. We all jumped. So you're a secret rich girl. The roommate rolled her eyes. The Wilson heir is Evan Wilson. Didn't you know? I was in the same club with him before and added him as a friend. We all shook our heads in unison. None of us had actually added him. It was fun to joke about. But actually taking action was another story. The conversation died down and the dorm quieted. Then the pro player suddenly asked, "Are you going to confess to Evan?" My mic was still on. He'd heard everything. No. Just joking around. Oh. Why did he sound slightly disappointed? After grinding my way to the top rank, I hurriedly logged off. Finals week was approaching. And between studying, I barely had time for games. When exams finally ended, my part-time job disappeared with the shop closing. Standing at the Snack Street intersection, I felt lost. A flashy Ferrari roared past, exhaust fumes hitting my face. I stepped back, muttering to myself, why can't I be one of those wealthy people? After striking out at the last store, I headed back to campus. Passing the parking lot, I spotted that Ferrari again. In the shadows, voices carried. The transfer's done. Now get lost. A shrill female voice cut through the night. Evan, you're heartless. I don't want money. I want you to date me. Curious. I glanced over. So this was Evan. He raised an eyebrow. Not enough? His fingers flew across the phone. Better now? Mind disappearing? Compared to his ice-cold demeanor, the girl seemed unhinged. I shook my head. Why couldn't she understand? You can't have both money and love. You think I need your cash? Screw you. Evan! She shoved him and stormed off. Rich girl problems. Meanwhile, I needed to survive. As I turned to leave, Evan suddenly looked my way. Our eyes met before I could glance away. His brows furrowed. Crap. Witnessing the heir's dirty laundry? Time to vanish. I bolted. He didn't chase me, no one catches this mountain goat. That night, I finally landed a new part-time gig, logging into the game after ages. I invited the pro player. He seemed extra vicious tonight. Whatever. I felt chatty and rambled about campus gossip. Damn. That Wilson kid's swimming in cash. Is he related to Midas? My throat went dry from talking. When I thought he'd ignore me, he suddenly asked, "What's he like?" "Who?" "That heir guy." "Oh. He's great." "Perfect. Then why not confess?" I nearly dropped my phone. Since when did gamers play matchmaker? Me? I can't do it. He seemed anxious. "Everyone else can. Why can't you?" He encouraged. "It's not like you'll lose anything. Plus you'll get paid." His words made sense. $1 million just for saying 2 sentences? Opportunities like this don't come often after entering the real world. He successfully persuaded me. "You're right. I'll just wait for him to reject me and take the money." He stayed silent. I didn't mind. Already planning my next move. Confessing to Evan wasn't hard. Type it out and hit send. The real challenge was becoming the Wilson heir's friend. Though I had his social media ID, he never added strangers. When I mentioned this to my gaming buddy, he paused before replying. "Send the request. He'll accept." Not expecting much. I sent the request and started scrolling through feeds when a notification popped up. "Evan accepted your friend request." My eyes widened. He actually agreed. Time for phase 2. I typed a confession, closed my eyes, and hit send. "I like you." Evan replied instantly, "Okay." Huh? This wasn't the script I imagined. Scratching my head, I tried again. "Be my boyfriend?" Evan, "Sure." Wait. He agreed? He actually agreed. Where's the check to make me disappear? This joke went too far. I started typing an explanation when new messages appeared. Transfer received, $200,000, note, voluntary gift, Evan, welcome present for my girlfriend. My fingers froze over the keyboard. Even saints would struggle with this temptation, let alone someone like me. But taking $200,000 felt risky. What if he pressed charges later? Yet turning it down seemed impossible. I messaged my gaming buddy who'd become my confidant lately, always offering solid advice. I confessed to the Wilson heir. He replied fast as usual, and unexpected result. He agreed and sent $200,000. I only wanted the original million. What now? Accept it. My eyes bulged. But that's $200,000. I'm just after the money. Isn't this wrong? Chump change for him. How long the relationship lasts is your call anyway. He had a point. I needed this validation. Exiting the chat, I sent Evan a heart emoji and claimed the funds. Getting $200,000 from the Wilson heir wasn't about love, just obscene wealth. Now officially Evan's girlfriend, my first relationship ever. I decided to put in some effort despite my mercenary motives. With finals over in 2 weeks before summer session, I checked Evan's schedule. Perfect, he had morning classes while I was free. Time for breakfast delivery. Are you in class? I brought you breakfast. Evan, got it. The attached photo was sent. Where are you? Asked. I want to get rich. I went back to my dorm. I replied. After a pause, another $200,000 transfer came through. Next time, stay with me. I want to get rich. You got it. This time I didn't accept the money, not because I grew a conscience. But Evan proactively asked, why didn't you take it? I quietly reminded, you didn't write voluntary gift. The silence practically vibrated through the screen before he resent the transfer. This time I happily accepted. Evan, lunch together. I want to get rich, roger that. At noon, I waited outside Evan's classroom right as class ended. His tall frame and long legs made him stand out among the boys. His upturned collar brushed his jawline, pale skin glowing as he moved like an unsheathed blade, aloof and untouchable. Sigh. Truthfully, I have pretty boy phobia. Fantasizing about hotties is easy, but actual interaction turns me into a fumbling mess. Yet here I am. lured by cold hard cash. Waving to catch his attention, since I suspected last night's ghost possessed yes to dating meant he didn't even remember my face. He strode over. Only when he loomed a full head taller did I realize my mistake. Straightening my posture, I cleared my throat and extended a hand. "Hello, boyfriend." Evan blinked, then clasped my hand while his eyes crinkled. "Hello, girlfriend." Cue awkward silence. We resembled middle schoolers on their first date, clueless about next steps. Our locked gazes grew increasingly painful until, suddenly, his fingers interlaced with mine. Regaining his icy composure, he stated, "Let's eat." I nodded dumbly, okay. With no afternoon classes, Evan only had morning lectures. We drove downtown in his flashy Ferrari. The restaurant looked expensive enough to charge breathing fees. Staring at menu prices with too many zeros, my calm facade cracked. Leaning toward Evan's ear, his earlobe flushing crimson, fingers tightening on the tablecloth, I stage whispered, splitting the bill or. He deflated like a punctured tire. Rubbing his temples, he exhaled sharply. My treat. Through gritted teeth, I don't make my girlfriend pay. Music to my ears. I enthusiastically ordered my favorites, and his. This wasn't stalker behavior. Half the campus fawns over the Wilson family heir. Someone actually compiled a Evan's preferences PDF for aspiring girlfriends. I memorized every bullet point. The food improved his mood. Reveling in free gourmet meals, I playfully served him dishes like a royal attendant. After portioning his food, I devoured the braised pork knuckles, tender, gelatinous, soul healing. Tears welled up. My last decent meal felt like another lifetime. A tissue appeared across the table. Evan looked away, shoulders stiff. "If you like it, we can come daily." I swallowed a piece of chicken, and my gaze toward Evan completely transformed. He wasn't some privileged heir, he was my savior. Just as I felt moved enough to practically enshrine Evan, a familiar voice drifted through the partition. "Order whatever." My treat. My body went rigid. Through the gauzy curtain, I saw a rainbow-haired teenager theatrically circling menu items before handing his black card to the waiter with practiced nonchalance, every inch the pampered rich kid. Across from him sat a pastel-haired girl gazing adoringly. "Ethan, you're the best." Flushed with praise, my brother Ethan magnanimously transferred another eye-watering sum to her account. My jaw dropped before white-hot rage consumed me. Our frugal lifestyle stemmed from our father's rags to riches paranoia. Though suddenly wealthy, he still clipped coupons and scrutinized every bill. Ethan and I inherited this thrift, or so I thought. While I pinched pennies, my brother played crypto bro philanthropist. Just wait till I drag him home by that ridiculous hair. Betrayal burned my throat like bile. Across the table, Evan's knuckles whitened around his chopsticks. I forced civility until Ethan left. Evan drove me back in frosty silence, tires screeching his displeasure as he peeled away. Men. Who could understand their moods? Right now, skinning my brother alive took priority. Ethan answered my call with infuriating cheer. "What's up, sis? Feeling cash-strapped lately?" I hissed, misreading my tone. He beamed. "Actually, could you spot me another 1,000? My fingers clenched. Evan's strange behavior faded from mind. This financial execution demanded full attention. "All right. Since tomorrow's weekend, I'll transfer the money when I get back." Ethan brightened up. "Great. Love you, sis." The mention of weekend reminded me today's Friday. My brother, who should have been at school, was out dining. That little rascal skipped class. I nearly choked on my rage. Ethan. That little. Fuming. I packed and went home that night. Being at a local college made this easy. Didn't tell Dad to spare his blood pressure. High schools here release on Saturdays. When Ethan finally returned, I'd been waiting for hours. He wore a cap flattening his hair, bounding toward me like a puppy seeing treats. Sis. I missed you so much. I forced a smile. Missed my wallet. More like. The dimwit finally noticed the atmosphere. Gulping. He asked. Why do I feel impending doom? I pulled out a baseball bat. Smiling sweetly. Good intuition. Before the first swing landed, he yelped. At least tell me my crime. Who were you with yesterday noon? I jabbed at his rainbow-colored mop. And this Technicolor disaster? Ethan's face fell. Just hit me. His pitiful look made me reconsider. I won't tell Dad if you die it back. Dating's allowed. His eyes lit up. Poor fool. But maintain top grades this finals. And have your allowance, students shouldn't splurge. He protested. I'll ace exams. But keep my allowance? Liv's had it rough. I want to spoil her. Denied. After 2 days monitoring his haircut and homework, I returned to campus. That night scrolling through WeChat. Big God messaged, gaming? Haven't played in days. Sure. He carried as usual. When I joked over Mike, the normally quiet pro suddenly asked, how's things with Evan? I jolted upright. Shit. I completely forgot about Evan who'd been radio silent all weekend. Spilled everything to Big God. Why's he mad? I didn't do anything. Maybe I'm just bad at relationships. Should I? Something crashed on his end. He cut in urgently. Totally his fault. But he's generous. Really giving up? Truthfully. No. My money-loving DNA protested. Can't quit. What should I do? He coughed. He was probably in a bad mood. Why don't you message him? Men understand men best. I tentatively tapped Evan's profile picture. Want to grab dinner tomorrow? A minute later. Evan replied, okay. So, he wasn't angry? Turns out Evan really was just in a bad mood earlier. Relieved. I realized my financial situation had improved since I no longer needed to support my brother. Combined with the money Evan transferred me, I'm practically a little rich girl now. The next day, I decided to treat Evan to the spiciest hot pot place behind the university. The numbing heat was glorious. While I devoured the food, Evan sat across from me with glistening eyes, lips red and swollen, looking heartbreakingly vulnerable. Can't handle spice? I finally realized. Damn. Messed up again. He wiped tears while stuffing more tripe in his mouth. I can handle it. Don't worry about me. Each bite deepened the crimson at his eye corners. Like he'd been thoroughly ravished. The sight made me swallow hard. Snatching his chopsticks, I shoved water at him. Let's eat something else. Gulping water with glossy lips. He insisted. I can eat spicy. TSK. Such a strong sense of pride. I humored him. Sure. Sure. Paid the bill. And pulled the prideful Evan out. Evan! Someone called out. A guy bounded over excitedly before freezing at Evan's tear-stained face. His gaze darted to me. Then lit up with realization. Saw nothing. Definitely didn't see Evan getting cried out by his girlfriend. He scampered off before we could react. I twitched my lips. Should we explain? Don't bother. Evan tugged his sleeve over my hand. The rest of the day revealed Evan's delicate palate, no heavy oils, excessive salt, and absolutely zero spice tolerance. After navigating his dietary restrictions and taking a stroll like actual couples, I almost forgot this was pretend. Especially under the streetlights. Evan's face kept making my heart stutter. I couldn't help imagining how sweet his cherry red lips might taste. My daydream shattered when my roommate shrieked. Sophia! Our dorm's goddess actually bagged Evan. Huh? I blinked as she thrust her phone at me. Don't play dumb. How long have you two been dating? The screen blared trending topics. Ice Prince Evan reduced to tears by girlfriend. Campus heartthrob finally falls for beauty. Playgirl toys with Wilson heir-like puppy. With a few high-definition photos attached. Evan had red-rimmed eyes and swollen lips. Looking like he'd been crying hard, while I stood beside him grinning widely. College students aren't interested in attending classes seriously, but will get excited about anything else. This caption could land someone a job at an entertainment company guaranteed to trend. My roommate winked at me from below the post. Only you could make the Wilson heir cry. How does it feel? I massaged my temples. It's not what you think. Oh, we don't buy it. They exchanged knowing smirks. Already lost in their own romantic fantasies. TSK. These girls. I screenshotted the confession page posts and sent them to Evan. Someone's slandering you online. Want to clarify? No reply. Probably asleep. Whatever. Time for some gaming. Surprisingly, my usual squad leader wasn't online. After getting carried for so long, my skills had rested. Lost 3 matches straight. By the 5th consecutive defeat, I was gripping my phone like it owed me money when the QQ notification popped up. Sophia. Evans hospitalized. You should visit. My fingers moved before my brain caught up. Considering all the money he'd transferred me, basic human decency demanded this. I grabbed my jacket under my roommate's teasing gazes. Evan lay curled up facing the wall when I arrived. Damp hair clinging to his pale neck. He turned with effort. Surprise flashing through his glassy eyes. Why? His words dissolved into pained breaths. Hand clutching his stomach. Remembering his friend's warning about his sensitive stomach. Guilt twisted mine. I didn't know you couldn't handle spice. His preference list never mentioned it. Wanted to try, he managed between shallow breaths. His family's private hospital suite felt cavernous without attendants. Where's everyone? Parents overseas. Friends left. His eyelashes trembled like abandoned butterfly wings. Something in my chest cracked. I unfolded the cot beside him. Rest. I'll stay. The morning sun revealed me tangled in hospital sheets. Evans sighed cold. Steam billowed from the bathroom as he emerged, towel slung low on hip bones. Water droplets tracing the grooves between his abs. My face burned nuclear. Clothes! Put on clothes! He drove me to campus after breakfast. His Maserati purring through the gates. When Evan walks you to classroom door with matching dark circles, the heartbroken heir rumors write themselves. The moment we entered, everyone's gazes turned subtly toward us. Even with my thick skin, I couldn't handle so many eyes on me. I just wanted to find a seat quickly. Yet Evan remained unfazed. He slowly handed me my bag and drawled. I'll pick you up at noon. Okay. My roommate had texted me earlier to say they'd saved me a spot. I walked straight over and sat down. The second I did, my roommate elbowed me. What's it like dating Evan? Her question made the people in front and behind us lean closer, eager for gossip. I closed my eyes, elbowing her back. It's whatever. The professor's here. Pay attention. After surviving the class, Evan sent me an address, telling me to go ahead first. He'd be late. I packed up and headed for the campus gate to hail a cab. But halfway there, someone blocked my path. A pretty girl who looked vaguely familiar. As I studied her, she did the same, tilting her chin up. You're Sophia? Confused. I nodded. She smirked. Nothing special. Just slightly prettier and taller than me. Is Evan blind? Oh, now I remembered. She was the girl who'd confessed to Evan in the parking lot that night, Chloe. I took a step back. What do you want? Break up with Evan. Chloe demanded, waving a card. Do it. And this 200,000 yuan is yours. Compared to these actual rich people, my family might as well be paupers. 200,000. Handed over so casually. But I wasn't the same person I'd been a week ago. I stayed firm. Her eyebrows shot up. Surprised I wasn't tempted. Then her expression shifted. Like she'd figured something out. However much Evan's paying you, I'll double it. I pulled out my phone's calculator and tapped furiously. Totals 2 million. WeChat or Alipay? Chloe's smile turned sly. A bad feeling crept over me. She suddenly switched tones, calling sweetly past me. Evan! Did you hear? She's only with you for your money. Dump her already. Wow. No honor at all. I froze. Guilt twisting my stomach. Too nervous to face him. Behind me, Evan replied flatly. Yeah. I know. I stood rigid. Stunned. He knew? Then why? He continued. I'm the one who used money to lure her in. Satisfied with that answer? Chloe stomped her foot. Evan. You're the worst. I'll never forgive you. She shot me a glare before a butler-like man ushered her into a car. The whole encounter left me dazed. Now it was just Evan and me. After 2 seconds of silent eye contact, I cracked first. What did you mean earlier? About using money to lure me? Exactly what you think. I was afraid you'd regret confessing to me. So I used money to keep you around. His gaze held mine. Utterly serious. He's saying he likes me and genuinely wants to be my boyfriend. How strange. I only got with him for money. So why is my heart racing so fast? His confession came too abruptly, throwing me off balance. Not knowing how to handle it, I panicked and fled. Nowadays, whenever I face unsolvable problems, I turn to the guru. He always knows how to untangle my thoughts. Guru. He seems serious. This wasn't part of my original plan. What should I do now? Do you like him? Just hearing his name makes my pulse quicken with this odd flutter. I guess. I do. If you like him, keep dating. You're already together anyway. How it started doesn't matter. What matters is steering it toward a good ending. The guru's wisdom never fails to enlighten me. Epiphany struck. So Evan and I began dating like any ordinary couple. Our new relationship immediately faced its first test, holiday separation. With only phone calls bridging the distance, longing grew unbearable. So consumed by romance, I neglected my brother until I stumbled upon him brawling in the streets, nearly giving me a heart attack. Ethan, usually so bookish, fought like a feral animal, pummeling his opponent with lethal precision. What vendetta warranted this? I rushed to intervene before things turned fatal. His bloodshot eyes burned crimson, sanity returning only when he saw me. Sis, don't stop me. He needs to learn. The battered boy wiped blood from his lips. Sneering. Playing hero. Ethan? Wake up, Lily's just using you for cash. Bet she's already fled with your money. Fury reignited. Ethan lunged again until I blocked him. The provocateur dared. Call her right now. Ask her yourself. I trust her. Ethan growled. His phone buzzed. We both glanced at the screen. A message from Lily. Thanks for the cash. Next time. Don't be so gullible. My stomach dropped. What soap opera nonsense was this? Ethan frantically called her, discovering she'd blocked him everywhere. Idiot. The boy scoffed. Ethan stood frozen, phone trembling in his hand, before turning wounded puppy eyes to me. Sis. His cracking voice undid me. I hugged him tight, patting his back. Poor kid. Any scolding died on my tongue. Returning home, I noticed Evan's unusual silence, normally bombarding me with texts. Now radio quiet. I messaged first. He replied instantly yet evasively, I'm a principled man. My family raised me right, I don't betray ancestors. Huh? Wrong chat? You high or texting the wrong person? After agonizing minutes, he clarified, I don't do affairs. The hell? Evan, no, being the other man. Dump that guy first. Slander. Who else would I even? Infuriated. I called. He answered sulkily. What nonsense. There's no one else. Oh. His voice brightened slightly but remained petulant. Saw you hugging some guy today. Held him real tight. The words turned acidic. You've never held me like that. Hug? When did I ever? Oh. Except with Ethan Williams. I said expressionlessly. That's my brother. The mumbling on the other end suddenly stopped. After a long pause came a strained reply. Oh, your brother. Skipping the awkwardness. I asked. You're here already? He murmured softly. Yeah, missed you. TSK. When we first met, I thought he was some smooth player. The ultimate fuckboy. Who knew he'd turn out to be so sweet once we started dating? To be fair, I kinda missed him too. Where? His voice brightened. You're coming? Let me pick you up. When Evan came all this way, I ended up staying over that night. After showering, Evan climbed into bed with stiff, mechanical movements and pulled up the covers. His arms lay rigidly across his abdomen as he announced in a wooden tone. Going to sleep now. Like a corpse. Clearly I'd teased him too much earlier. Who could have guessed he'd be this bashful? Not pushing further, I settled beside him. The longer I lay there, the more awake I became. Honestly, Evan and I owed our relationship to that online guru. During my restless tossing, I sent the guru a thank you red envelope. At that exact moment, Evan's phone lit up. Glancing over, I saw a notification from someone labeled baby sending him a red envelope. Who else could be his baby? Knowing his passcode, I unlocked it with trembling fingers. My breath hitched. The familiar chat interface, avatar, and message history glared back. These were my own conversations with the guru. Fragments clicked into place, the guru encouraging me to confess to Evan, guiding me through emotional confusion, teaching me how to treat him right, even luring me with cash incentives. The bastard had been playing both sides. Oh, he's so dead. Sliding Evan's phone back, I typed another message. You know, I'm starting to think you treat me better than Evan does. Maybe I actually like you more. Evan remained statue still, making no move to check his device. I nudged. Your phone's buzzing. Not gonna look. He fumbled for his phone and opened it. I watched in real time as all color drained from his face. His fingers trembled over the screen before managing a reply. But you have a boyfriend. We'll keep it secret. I sent. Silence. Turning, I found silent tears streaming down his cheeks. Looking utterly shattered. All mischief evaporated at the sight of this crying beauty. Handing him tissues, I relented. Just kidding. Evan wiped his face with that I knew it expression. Sniffling. I only lied because I wanted you so badly. Honestly. His sudden devotion always felt surreal, like he decided I was the one after one glance. When I confessed this, he shot me a wounded look. Not sudden. I've loved you for years. Remember your Dance Revolution fling? Oh. Memories resurfaced, coveting an expensive in-game outfit as a kid, catfishing some sugar daddy into buying it for me. The guy turned out to be an easy target, showering me with virtual gifts until guilt made me refund him my New Year's money before ghosting. I'd buried the cringe after starting middle school. Evan's eyes glimmered with old hurt. That was me. I swallowed hard. So you're Evan from back then? He nodded with a resentful look. I cleared my throat. I remember I never posted photos back then. How'd you recognize me? He lowered his gaze, seeming to recall something amusing. Your voice. All these years, that flattering tone of yours hasn't changed. Come to think of it, Evan's attitude toward me did shift after I started using voice chat during our gaming sessions. I'd thought he'd been captivated by my angelic voice. You still like me even when I treated you like an ATM. Are you into pain or something? Evan sighed. Can't help it. The person I fell for at 13 is still the same one at 25. It's always been you. Through all the twists and turns. Thank you all for the company. Your support fuels my passion for sharing these sweet romance stories. See you next time.